So, wow, next week is Thanksgiving and that kicks off the holiday season. The question I get a lot this time of year is, does December mean it's dead time for real estate? And yes, it does definitely slow down, but there are still deals to be made. There's still sellers that need to sell and buyers who need to buy. So, it's definitely still a month full of transactions. But a couple of things that I want to point out is how it's beneficial to both buyers and sellers to buy and sell in December. Number one is that there's less competition. A lot of sellers and buyers have put their plans on hold until the new year. And so the buyers who are out are very serious, and the sellers who are selling are very serious. Number two is that sometimes buyers can come across a very motivated seller, somebody who doesn't want to carry the house through the winter months into January and February for a myriad of reasons. So it can be very advantageous for a buyer to buy in the month of December. Also, there are some tax benefits, but check with your accountant to see if you're eligible for that when you buy or sell in the month of December. So when we're talking to sellers who want to sell in December, there are a couple of tips that we share with them. Number one is that we tell our sellers to minimize the decorations. Think tasteful, think greenery. A nice garland, it has a better impact than a 7-foot Santa in the entry foyer. So we tell them to really tone it down during the holiday season. Number two is that we tell them to make sure that all the lights are on in the house during a showing. Think about it. In December, we don't get a whole lot of sunlight, and by 5 o'clock, it is pitch black. So we tell our sellers to make sure every single light is on in the house, especially since showings typically will happen after 5 o'clock, after work hours, and it's really dark. So we tell them to turn on all the lights. And even if they have a gas fireplace, and they're not too far away and they know when the showing is to leave the gas fireplace on, just to create a nice warm and inviting environment for the showing. Third thing is to make sure that the temperature is set perfectly. It's not too cold, it's not too hot in the house. You want your buyers to feel very comfortable during that showing, which typically will take 20 to 40 minutes depending on how interested they are. And finally, is curb appeal, making sure that if there's snow and ice, make sure that the walkways are clear and that they're well lit. Also think about just some white lights outside or a spotlight on the front door can really create a nice showing experience for the buyer. Now, when we meet with sellers and they want to put their house on the market this time of year, what we'll do is a twilight photo session. And what we do is the photographer will come right around 4 o'clock, right around dusk, and we'll take some really interesting photos where the light is illuminating from inside the house. And, it really creates we want the buyer to feel, wow, that's a really warm and cozy house. I want to go inside. When the temperature is so cold outside and this house is really exuding warmth and, and a welcoming presence, that's a sense that we're really trying to capture there. So these are just some tips. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. As a reminder, I am doing a food drive and I'm offering to come and pick up your donations at your house. If you follow the link below, just set up a time. I'll come by this weekend and pick it up, and I'll give you a gift as a thank you for your donation to the Center for Food Action that we try and support every year this time of year. So have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm here to answer any of your questions that you have.